Hello, everyone, and welcome to Humanist Reacts. So, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing preamble here or anything. Um, Drake dropped his new album, Iceman. I don't even know if this video is ever going to see the light of day because I don't release things unless I like them. And we'll see if I even like anything off this or if there's even anything worth talking about. So, I'm just going to record my reaction to listening to the album and we'll see if there's anything worth talking about. The Watching the album on Drake's official YouTube channel. This is, I guess, the cover art. Got the still doing the Michael Jackson thing here. He's got a Michael Jackson glove here, holding up the OK symbol, and he's got Iceman spelled out in beads there on his arm. I guess this is the album cover. Um, So let's get into it. Track one, make them cry. Make them cry.
Yeah, ice. Yeah, I'm an only child, no one could have made another. I have to father my mother and treat my son's grandfather like my older brother. The skies are gray in Toronto, they not a golden color. I'm feeling like BTS, cause it took the whole career for me to be so discovered. I see my only uncle looking like this shit that I ain't owning up to. And if he said the way he really felt, I'd probably see his side because I'm old enough to. I'm looking at all my niggas, they say, bro, we love you. But all my words really the shit that they be going up to. Feel like 40.
Hmm. Look at my older uncle. He's looking like the shit that I ain't owning up to. Wonder if that's a little bit of self-reflection there, a little bit of you know, recognizing um some of the things that he's maybe not been doing great, but he sees it in his older uncle. He doesn't see it in himself, but he sees it in his uncle. That's interesting. Damn. Anyway, it's
Like this shit that I ain't owning up to. And if he said the way he really felt, I'd probably see his side because I'm old enough to. I'm looking at all my niggas, they say, bro, we love you. But all my words really the shit that they be going up to. Feel like 40 won't even listen to my word. I came here to turn a new leaf and maybe finally get some sleep. But all I can think about is the mountain to climb and the conversation surrounding my music like did Twin Peaks. What died back in 2024 was a big piece. So it's like the shit is me, but it isn't me. Y'all keep on asking me what it did to me. That's what it did to me. When I dig.
he's certainly addressing things, which I love to hear. Um, I honestly kind of expected that this would just be that he would just move on, and drop an album full of club music and just kind of act like the beef never happened, like the battle never happened, like he's hello Josie, like um he's not suing over that stuff still today. But yeah, uh, yeah, we see he's showing us what it did to him. It's fair enough.
It's like the shit is me, but it isn't me. Y'all keep on asking me what it did to me. That's what it did to me. When I dig deep, they say dig deeper. Tell us how it felt to me, the Grim Reaper. This album better have some big features. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm all alone for my mental. And I've been trying to end so many people, I almost forgot the intro. Been so sure of my words that I haven't used a pencil. Been so paranoid that nothing in this world seems coincidental. Yeah.
It's not so sure of my words. I didn't use a pencil. I was doing everything in pen. Um, okay. I'm. This is not terrible. Um, this is not bad.
so sure of my words that I haven't used a pencil. Been so paranoid that nothing in this world seems coincidental. Yeah. Our brother sold his chain the other day and said that someone snatched it. I'm still processing that shit, it got me so distracted. I think he's so desperate and our life is going fantastic. He don't have the heart to come and tell us he pawned it for cash. Even his baby mama been saying he been moving backwards.
All right. This is some therapy music from Drake. Does he go to therapy? I think I heard somebody say that that he's been in therapy um, since the battle. He spent some time in therapy trying to process. And I shit, I think you should be in therapy anyway, let alone after something like that happens to you in front of the whole world. Like, I don't blame him for going to therapy. I think that's a great thing. Um, and so far, if this is the music that comes out of it, I think it was a good thing for his music too. So far. Of course, he's still got that lawsuit hanging out there, which makes any kind of talk that he has about moving past it or working to move past it, any kind of talk that he has about that feels a little hollow when he's still got a lawsuit out there over the battle. But anyway, all right.
But I'm all alone for my mental. And I've been trying to end so many people I almost forgot.
Yeah, I love that too. I like that he's doing the album with no features. That's great. I love features as much as the next guy, but a lot of times when I'm listening to an album, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your vision. I don't want somebody else coming in and bringing their stuff in and muddying up the water. You know, you've got an opportunity when it's just you to make it clear what your artistic vision is with an album. So I like that. That sounds like a good thing.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm all alone for my mental. And I've been trying to end so many people, I almost forgot the intro. But so, to me, so the only thing that has ever mattered. I can never forgive such a nefarious action. I'm still healing my own traumas, I've barely adapted. This new toxic shit I'm dropping is gonna spin till I'm radioactive. Yeah.
Toxic shit I'm dropping's gonna spin till I'm radioactive. Okay. So, he just called this toxic shit, or at least something in here is toxic shit, apparently. Um, so I don't think we can expect this all to be healing. There's gonna be some animosity still, which is kind of good because that's honest. It would be dishonest if there weren't any. Yeah. Anyway, maybe not as healthy. It'd be healthier if he moved on. But whatever. That's part of the healing process too. We're not always at where we're supposed to be or where we want to be. We're never where we want to be. If we are, then we're done healing, and I don't think that's a possibility. But anyway.
That shit, it got me so distracted. I think he's so desperate and our life is going fantastic. He don't have the heart to come and tell us he pawned it for cash. Relaxing, I don't do psychedelics because I'm too scared of unpacking. Sometimes I only see myself in my therapist's glasses, but I'm not taking it serious because she's very attractive. I know it's a heavy ass decision to bury the hatchet. It'll take more than 6 pallbearers to kill.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm glad you're being honest about your inability to process what your therapist says because you're objectifying her, but that's not a great look. Glad you're able to be honest about that. Don't think you're able to see what you're doing. But Yeah, and he touched a little bit there on. It was a little bit of a callback to Meet the Grams. He said, I don't do psychedelics because I'm afraid of." He said, "Because I'm afraid of looking within." I feel like that was the gist of what he was saying. If those weren't his exact words, but and of course, Kendrick recommended ayahuasca, which is a psychedelic, in Meet the Grams. Therapy's a lovely start, but I suggest some ayahuasca. Strip the ego from the bottom. So there's a little bit of a nod to that. Um, Interesting. That's all right.
Until I'm radioactive. Yeah. I really make the roughest days in life look very relaxing. I don't do psychedelics because I'm too scared of unpacking. Sometimes I only see myself in my therapist's glasses, but I'm not taking it serious because she's very attractive. I know it's a heavy ass decision to bury the hatchet. It'll take more than 6 pallbearers to carry that casket. I put the man in manipulation when I pay your rent, and that is an obligation of our attachment. Then I sprinkle in a little Mercedes in fashion. If that's not enough for you, well baby, go back then. You fucking dude at the spot that I got for you, Jesus. You gave him reason to speak on my name, that's some weak shit. They texting proof to my phone and my heart is in pieces. You keeping your options open for real, that's some me shit. Sis, you gotta be kidding, like nephews and nieces. I keep on rescuing leeches. I can't believe it, I really can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like
sis, you gotta be kidding, like nephews and nieces. That's
nieces, I keep on rescuing leeches. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I can't believe it. Too many wild
rescuing leases. Keep on rescuing leeches. So sounds like he's got some distrust of the people around him. Yeah.
Can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I can't believe it. Too many wide transfers, bound to have a good girl's morals tangled. The rent-free penthouse and the Van Cleef floor bangles. And plenty more examples that had you going Dora the Explorer outside while I turned a blind eye, cause it's more than painful. Yeah. I think I also put the man in manifestation. Either I'm too numb to the shit or the city is changing. I bump into people and they act like we literally strangers. I'm battling the fact that the album ain't even dropping already. They asses complaining. Fuck it, I'll battle the label. Fuck it, I'll battle the majors. I'll battle the stations till my ass is back in rotation. Shout out to the real fans that knew what I had in the basement. Shout out to the fake fans, I thought we had an arrangement. How many times have you tried to tell me I had a replacement? How many times are you about to ask if I had a vacation? How many artists I've had to witness do bad imitations? Niggas want me all bent out of shape, rattled and shaking. My dad got cancer right now, we battling stages. Trust me when I say there's plenty things that I'd rather be facing. For real. And this time asked me to dig deeper, I'll gladly explain it.
Okay, first track, Make Them Cry. I like where this is going so far. There's definitely some, listen, I don't 100% agree with everything that he's talking about. I'm not his therapist, so I'm not going to sit here and act like that I can say, oh, he should be here or he should be there in relation to some of the things he was talking about, but they strike a little hollow in some places. But I do feel like he's doing some work, and that's always going to be something that I celebrate. So, Make Them Cry, I think maybe that title was with the intention of, that's what he was thinking this song was going to do, is make people cry. It was an emotional song. So yeah, good start to the album. All right, song 2 is Dust.
Mad. Some idiot boy there. You should go ahead and pop some corn and grab a stool. Your boy's about to break some news. All the numbers are final, no t-shirts, no vinyl. Y'all about to make me Richie like Lionel for real. And that's the truth. 16 hours ahead in Melbourne, I don't even know what's going on back home straight. Hey, girls from Atlanta, call me Santa. Girls from Australia, what can I tell y'all? You know I love you so much.
Okay, so now we're on some I got hose shit, which whatever. I mean, it wouldn't be a Drake project without it, right? Um, it's always struck me as a little creepy, but uh, apparently some people, even some women, like it. So, hey, who am I to judge taste, right? My grandma would always say, "There's no accounting for taste."
I just gotta handle something bigger than us. Triple S was really to show you my love and make sure you go.
Well, he seems like he's still talking a little bit of therapy talk on here, because he was talking about, girls from Atlanta. I'm like Santa to girls from Atlanta. However it was that he phrased that, um, and girls from Australia. I don't remember what he said. I gotta tell you, something like that. But anyway, it's saying that he loves them. But then he says, "But I've got bigger things I've got to handle right now." So maybe there's a little more depth to this than what I originally thought. I mean, we're barely into the past the intro of the song, past the build up, so it's a 3-minute song. We've got time for him to do a lot. So let's keep listening.
Triple S was really to show you my love and make sure you're good to the next time we meet up. But now I gotta send it up. Yeah, it was like, go blow the dust on your plex. Go blow the dust on your plex. What was the year that they say you had slaps? Cause I don't remember it going like that. I don't remember one word in your raps. I don't know nothing about you and them tracks. Let's go. Yeah, I am. A FTX penthouse high riser. Yeah. Samuel Bankman, free all my guys up. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, before I talk about the SBF stuff there, that's that beat switch was really good. That beat switch was hard. I liked that. And now he's talking about, basically, Coinbase, same Samuel Bankman Fried, and cryptocurrency bro stuff, which I'm never gonna be into. I'm not the target audience for that. Maybe there's a lot of overlap between Drake's audience and the crypto community. I don't know. Maybe there is. And if so, that's fine. That's their thing. But yeah, no, I don't think Samuel Bankman-Fried should be freed, as he suggested there.
I'm in a sold out show with your girl on a riser. I'm with the mob at Great Cliff, 20 cigars and they fucking my eyes up. I'm not better or wiser. Future the prince is my trusted advisor. If it's up to me, I get everyone hit, I get everyone lined up. If it's up to me, I've been clocking you pussy, man, everyone time's up. If it's up to me, hey. If it's up to me, then you out on the list, man, everyone signed up. If it's up to me, it's already made, I ain't making my mind up. If it wasn't for me, reaching my hand, you never climbed up. Go blow the dust off your plex. What? Go blow the dust of your plex. What? Go blow the dust of your plex. What was the year that they say you had slaps? Cause I don't remember it going like that. I don't remember.
Okay, I mean, he's talking to some people here. Sounds like he's talking to people who got the Drake stimulus package. He's telling them, go blow the dust off your pack. Blow the dust off your plaques. Basically saying it's been a while. it's been a while since you've been moving heat, and I don't even remember it being that heat. Basically, what he's saying. I don't know exactly who he's talking to, but he did mention, if it wasn't for me sticking my hand out, you would have never climbed up. So I'm guessing he's talking about some Atlanta rappers, and some other people that he put on through the years, or some people would say that he rode their wave. Um, it's, I'm not making a judgment call on that one way or another, but it could go either way depending on who you ask, I guess. Um, but this could be about Future. I thought I heard him say Future's name in there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to try and diminish Future's legacy. It's pretty cemented. But anyway.
What? Go blow the dust of your plex. What? Go blow the dust of your plex. What was the year that they say it slaps? Cause I don't remember it going like that. I don't remember nothing about them raps. I don't remember nothing being facts. Let's go. Hey, I am a BTC crypto big timer. Oh my God. I'm a corporate America hit survivor. Got a real big heart, I'm a fucked up guy though. Those ain't my haters, those are my secret admirers. New Year's Eve, police escort cause I can't miss the fireworks. I heard your brother got flipped in his sloppy, so that wasn't our word. Definitely gonna know if it's us if we got him.
Okay, so second track, Dust. That one wasn't bad. I liked the beat switch. I liked everything that was after the beat switch. The lyrical content was, it wasn't super deep, or complex, but it was, but at least there was some substance there. I don't know specifically who he's talking about. Like I said, it might have been Future, or it might have been, maybe he was talking about a bunch of people. Maybe he was just talking about the rap game in general, saying, in general, the rap game wouldn't look like what it does right now without me. And all of you need to go check your old packs and see if they were hitting when I wasn't on them or when I wasn't involved. But yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Let's move on to third track here. This one is Whisper My Name.
Ash to ashes, dust to dust. The dustiest niggas been fucking with us. Am I a goat? Well, probably not. I probably was, but you probably forgot. My white label had to go white label shit when he stepped out his body and finally got hot. Hand me the tools like I'm picking a lot. Me and white bitches been kissing a lot. My honor comes from the shit that I do for the ones that I love is between them and I. Your honor comes to the court and the officer pleaded so that you could cut off some time. Nowadays y'all don't want to put in no work. Y'all just won't jump to the front of the line and hurry and run out the night. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see.
He's still talking shit. I don't know who he's talking shit to here either, but he seems to have somebody specific in mind here. He said, I heard what you said about me, basically, and what you gonna do when you run into me?
Squeeze, you not in the streets. I'm cutting niggas off at the knees. They ain't no standing on business with me. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Give me a motherfucking seat. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see. You know how I fly 'cause I landed the beach when you.
I bet I know who I see. Basically, suggesting that whoever he's talking about can't fly first class. So you're broke, basically.
Me, I bet I know who I see. You know how I fly 'cause I landed the beach when you land, you can see me. You whisper my name 'cause the weight that it carry, you can't even speak. Yeah, you can't even speak. Whisper my name and don't say it too loud 'cause you gotta come here and you know I pop out. We turned to Coachella, had boys backing down and we might do the same if we touch rolling loud. Yeah, hey.
So there's kind of a a suggestion of, you're afraid of me here. That's kind of the overarching theme with the title. Whisper my name. Um, so we turned out Coachella. We'll do the same at Rolling Loud. Listen, one thing you got to give Drake is that he is big, no matter what. No matter what they say. There was a line earlier that I forgot to mention. He said, I think he said, maybe I'm not the GOAT. Maybe I used to be. Something like that. It's interesting to hear him think like that, because there's definitely some undertones of concession in here, but there's a lot of animosity as well. I feel like most of his animosity seems to be directed at everybody other than Kendrick, though, for not having his back. Um, and I guess he thought they should have, or he thought they would have. So he feels betrayed by the greater hip hop community, and his friends and fans, rather than upset with Kendrick. And maybe he's not speaking so directly on Kendrick because he still has a lawsuit going on. I don't know.
You gotta whisper my name. Yo, hey. You gotta whisper my name. Yo, hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm doing my big one. You doing a little one. What kind of man are you? A middle one. Yeah, my brother said he want a blue beam. I'ma get him one. My new tank don't know how I live. She shopping at Erewhon. My brother got no fucking gear. He popping at everyone. This ain't fixable smoke where you see us out sitting with Farrakhan, nigga.
I just have to throw this out there, and not to. I feel like it's appropriate to bring up Kendrick in this, because he's clearly still talking about the fallout from the battle, right? So it's not like I'm just reaching and trying to tie things together just to bring Kendrick into it and stir up shit. But I think it's interesting, to juxtapose. He says, how people been counting me out, and then Kendrick had a song on Mr. Morale, called was it called Count Me Out? It's called Count Me Out, I think. But either way, that was the chorus of the song was, I love when they count me out. I love when you count me out. Either way. And I think it's interesting that Drake seems to be taking it a little bit more personally. And Kendrick's song was about using that as motivation. And maybe Drake is using it as motivation here as well, but it's a little less obvious.
Niggas been counting me out, okay. Okay. Okay.
So Whisper My Name was kind of a little more of the same. It's a cool track, vibey. Yeah, I dug that track. Not as much as Dust after the transition, um, and not as much as the first track either, which I've forgotten the name of now. It's Make Them Cry, right? Make Them Cry. I liked those two tracks better, but it was fun. It's not bad. Oh, right. Fourth track, Janice, Shut the Fuck Up. I don't know who Janice is, but all right.
it's been so long since you texted me. I finally took a break and now I feel like I'm on ecstasy. You said what my work means to me will one day be the death of me. They tried to kill me once, but darling, you just resurrected me. Reach me, hey, 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 buried alive, someone come dig me up.
Okay. So it sounds like at the beginning here, at least, he's talking about a girl. Um, he's basically, telling her the things that he wants her to do to him. And basically saying that she's given him a reason to live. Sort of what I'm getting out of it, anyway.
Blow on me just like some green tea, baby. Hey, 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 buried alive, someone come dig me up. If I call up your shorty right now, she picking up. You boys got big on my name, that's big enough. We know how you OGs rockin' already, my nigga, the jig is up. They say the truth will set you free. Well, mine is gon' stream while you watching HD. They say that karma could take an eternity. Yours is dropping the same night as me. Funny thing is that they ain't gon' compete. You gon' get yours while I'm doing me. You gon' get yours while I'm doing me.
Hey, Johnny, shut the fuck
Teach
up.
me, baby. Call my phone and say.
Okay, so Janice Shut the Fuck Up seems to be, we're talking about this little vocal clip that was in here. But so he's basically saying that this is more about him not trusting the people around him or the people in the industry. So he's definitely dealing with some trust issues. I think that's kind of been a little bit of a thing for him for a while anyway. Based on his, we'll say, scattered history of romantic relationships. But anyway, let's continue.
Teach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. Thought they had me in a deep sleep, baby. I'm still scorching hot in these streets, baby. You only come home to pose and pop off a look, but you forgot how I feel. Shot-town popping up here, go on a drill, looking for someone to kill. White kids listen to you, cause they feel some guilt, and that's how your soul gets fulfilled. Handing out to
Am I reaching? Or was that at Kendrick? As a white person myself, that was, I feel like that was at me and at Kendrick. He said you only go home to pose. Basically, it's saying Kendrick doesn't stay in his hood. I'm assuming this line was about Kendrick. I don't. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am, let me know in the comments. But basically saying, because he said this before, right? In was it in Family Matters? He said, you don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees. I think that was in Family Matters. So this wouldn't be a new angle of attack on Kendrick. Basically saying, you don't live in your old hood anymore, and you only go back there for photo opportunities. So, and then saying white kids listen to your music because they've got some guilt. Well, I do want to point out most of the people who listen to hip hop are white, because most of the people in the United States are white. So it's, the fact is, you don't get to be a big artist of any kind without having a large white listenership, at least today, currently. That's generally the way that it works in the United States, at least. Now, I know Drake's from Canada, but that's the 51st state, right? Pretty sure. So obviously white people listen to Drake's music as well, but that's not the angle of attack. The angle of attack here is that they white people only listen to Kendrick's music because of white guilt. Um, there might be something to that. You know, Kendrick does tap into that a little bit. You know, that feeling of, look at what you've done to our community, sort of thing. Um, Drake doesn't do that, but Drake doesn't really make me think for the most part at all. Most of the time when I listen to his music, this album so far being a notable exception, which I appreciate. But it's an interesting line of attack.
For someone to kill. White kids listen to you because they feel some guilt, and that's how your soul gets fulfilled. Handing out turkeys on camera inside of your hood, then you go back to the hills. How many houses you build? How many souls did you heal off the back of your deal? Difference between niggas getting you out of your deal and letting you out of your deal. Damn, against your...
Alright, and I feel like that damn is poignant there as well. He's calling back to the album Damn there, I think, as, you know, as a way, to some degree this almost counts as a sub, but it's relatively direct, especially when he starts throwing out the word damn there like that, and putting emphasis on it, right? Basically saying, you know, Kendrick goes back to his hometown, hands out turkeys, and then goes back to the hills where he's nice and safe. I mean, it's possibly a fair line of attack. You're basically playing on Kendrick's survivor's guilt that he has already admitted he has, and struggles with. You're trying to get under his skin with that. It's a smart area to attack him, because it is a place that he's vulnerable, because that's something that he cares about. Obviously, as he talks about in his music, that's something that he cares about, is, you know, whether or not he's doing right by his community, whether or not he's, you know, I mean, that's what the song "You" was about almost entirely, right? So, interesting line of attack. I didn't expect that. I think it's, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into this, but Drake tends to lean a little bit into misogyny from time to time, and I think it's interesting that he's talking about Kendrick, he's talking about a man, but the name of the song references a woman's name. Janice, shut the fuck up. It's not Kendrick, shut the fuck up. It's not Dave, shut the fuck up. It's not Joe Budden, shut the fuck up. It's Janice, shut the fuck up. So, you know, to some degree that could be him, like, calling, you know, like leaning into misogyny by calling Kendrick a woman. Like, you know, or it could just be as simple as, it's easier for Drake to say shut the fuck up when he's talking about a woman than it is when he's talking about a man. The patriarchy is real. Anyway, back into the song.
How many new names do you got on your wheel? Damn. How many more times is y'all gonna keep calling it soft when it's silk? Damn. How many more interviews y'all gonna do just to get Ice to chill? Damn. Like the money just grew up a tree. Like the money just came in for free. For real. Yeah. And my machine scanning.
He just referenced two more Kendrick tracks there. Like the money grew off a tree, money trees. Like the money just came in for free, the song For Free. I feel like he's very clearly talking about Kendrick on this song. I don't feel like I'm reaching anymore.
Oh, yeah. And my machine scanning my knee. Like how long you been running the streets for real?
Beats on this album are generally understated and chill, relaxed. Very vibey. Not it's not in your face in any way. That song was interesting. There were some interesting shots thrown in there, and those were definitely shots thrown. I don't. Yeah, those were definitely shots fired in there. But either way, next track. Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about the battle here, because the title of this track is "Ran to Atlanta." So I don't know if he's going to be saying that, Kendrick's the one who's running to Atlanta, although obviously it wouldn't be Atlanta in his case. It'd be LA, maybe because of all the local features that he put on GNX. Could be an angle of attack. Could be arguing that he's wave riding the way that he accused Drake of doing by bringing on, up and coming rappers on GNX. And then the argument could be from the other side that Kendrick was putting those people on, which is what Drake claims that he did with the artists that he collabed with from Atlanta. So it could, I don't know, or he could be defending himself, or just trolling and saying, yeah, I ran to Atlanta again. So, now let's see, let's listen.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Free band, turn shit up again. Whatever gonna take to get a liberal out the can. Cutting ties with all my friends. Holding down that road, I can't go again. Fuck, boy.
Who is
You know what I'm
this?
saying? Still on that business, girl, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta nigga twin, you know what I'm saying?
Who is this? He said earlier that he didn't have any features, but this is not Drake.
Free band, turn shit up again. Whatever gonna take to get a liberal out the can. Cutting ties with all my friends. Holding down that road, I can't go again.
Understand. Me and Hendrix back by popular demand.
Yeah.
Got a 3-ticket Richie on my hand.
Okay.
I went St. John the back. Know what I'm saying? Outside is back to what it was, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, tell you about my run, you know what I'm saying? Ask Pluto Bank of 21, you know what I'm saying? I done put up half, what's done is done, you know what I'm saying?
Pluto, Banker 21. I don't know who Pluto is. Bank. That'd be Lloyd Banks, maybe? Is he from Atlanta? 21 Savage. Talking about people that he put on from Atlanta.
Ask Pluto Bank of 21, you know what I'm saying? I done put up half, what's done is done, you know what I'm saying? 2 cars in the back, 2 in the front, you know what I'm saying? They so down for me, got a punt, you understand.
I just fucked a milli off on some fine shit.
What else?
I just fucked a milli off on some fine shit.
What else?
I flew 40 bitches out on some fried shit.
What else?
Ran 500 milli up on some burnt shit. Can't even
Okay. Is that Future?
They so down for me, got a punt,
Start
you
back to where he dropped in.
Understand.
I think that's Future.
I just fucked a milli off on some fine shit.
What else?
I just fucked a milli off on some fine shit.
I like how the beat got significantly better for him than what it's been, too.
Fine shit.
What else?
I just fucked a milli off on some fine shit.
What else?
I flew 40 bitches out on some fried shit.
What else?
Ran 500 milli up on some burnt shit. Can't even tell you what day it is. I've been in Turkey so long, I love it here. Can't even tell you what day it is. I'm on so many pills, don't know how I made it here. Can't even tell you which drug I'm on. Soon as I say it, these niggas they claiming it. Can't even tell you what day it is. Can't even tell you what bitch you staying at. Can't even tell you what day it is. She pull it right out of purse and she playing it. Note on the sheet and she laying it. Bought a condo up the street and she standing.
Okay, I looked it up. That is Future. And I guess this other person is Molly Santana, maybe? Never heard of Molly Santana. That's a new name for me. Yeah, let's go back.
We move the box and you think we went hand to hand.
I just ran a million up on some slime shit. What else? I just fucked their feelings up on some pride shit. What else? I just fucked Chanel up on some lie shit. What else? Molly Santana gon' make them rewind it. Diamonds on diamonds and hammers on hammers. I'm a big shot while these hoes just run us. Talking about billions, he talking on camera. Think he a 30, ain't nothing but a rental. Molly Santana, new Hannah Montana. Molly Santana, new Hannah Montana. Molly Santana, new Hannah Montana. Molly Santana, new Hannah Montana.
Losing it and you need to take meds, hey. When I tell you, dear, cause it's ice time, bitch, it ain't the fake fast, hey. Iceman turn what else? Iceman turn what else? Iceman turn what else? Iceman turn.
Okay. It's interesting to me that that him and Future got back together after the whole "We Don't Trust You" thing. But for the most part, this song's not really. I guess it's a troll because he went and got Future, so he ran to Atlanta for this song. So I guess that's the point of this song. Lyrically, there's not much meat here on this bone to discuss. So I think it's more just the concept than anything else. Let's finish this one out. Okay. Yeah, not much to talk about with Rain to Atlanta that I didn't already say. Next track, I think, where are we at? Are we at track number 5 or 6? 6? It was Make Them Cry, Dust, Janice Shut the Fuck Up. No, it was another song and then Janice Shut the Fuck Up. I don't remember what that other song was. Whisper My Name. Janice Shut the Fuck Up. Yeah, so we're on track 6 here. Alright, so track 6, Shebang.
Yeah. Ice. Yo. Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go? My head. Shorty keep asking a date. She tryna finesse Poly Market for bread. Where's the beef? It's cooked. Where's the...
Okay. I love the beat on this one. This has been the best beat so far, in my opinion. Yeah. So, Shorty trying to ask the date. I'm guessing the date of the release. She trying to finesse Poly Market. Let's make a bet on Poly Market on what date Iceman's going to drop. I'm guessing is what she's saying there, or what he's saying about her there. So, anyway.
A bit. Last one you dropped was shit. I did press play on that hoe. Mid, skip. Where should I take a trip? Who should I take?
I wonder who he's talking about there. Surely he's not talking about Kendrick and saying that it was mid. Like the last one he dropped was GNX, saying it was mid. That feels disingenuous if that's what he's saying. Those were hits. There were some fucking bangers on that album. Not my favorite Kendrick project. I prefer his more philosophical, more psychological projects to that one. But as far as just were the songs boring? Definitely not. They weren't mid either. So for GNX was pretty mid for sure, the song. But anyway, I don't think he's talking about Kendrick there, because he also said like he doesn't recognize the names of these people at the top. So I don't think he's even talking about Kendrick here.
She said she miss me all caps. God, it ain't better than that. What's up with life? It's lit. But I know it get better than that. I know it get better than that. I know it get better than that. Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go? My head. How much I got? A lot. Don't leave again, I won't. Thinking and trying me do like Bryson.
I like this beat a lot. I do not care for his flow on this, personally. I mean, it matches with the beat. It's not that it doesn't go. It's just I don't know. I've never been a fan of this particular type of flow. I don't know what it's called. I don't know the name of it. I know it's got a specific name, probably, that somebody in the comments will say you're stupid. Why didn't you know this is what it is? But listen, my history with hip hop is that I listen to a decent amount of hip hop, but I'm not like deeply entrenched in hip hop. I'm not in community with hip hop heads. So it's just whatever I happen to pick up and listen to. So there's some learning experience happening here for me as well in reacting to hip hop in a public forum like this. But anyway, I don't care for that flow personally.
Where does it go? My head. How much I got? A lot. Don't leave again, I won't. Thinking and trying me do like Bryson, pussy ass nigga.
Okay. Yeah, not much to say about that song. It was I liked the beat. That was that might be a good background song. That's I don't want to be like that, but sometimes the song's got a good enough beat that it can make you nod your head, and it can be a background song that you don't necessarily have to engage with in any way. And I don't feel like I have to engage with that song. It doesn't feel like there's enough there for me to bother. Um, that's just me. Next track, this is track 7, I think we're on now. Make Them Pay.
Yeah. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.
I like that drum pattern.
Lately it's just falling outs and disagreements. Industry is really evil. And I face the way they paint me, but it hurts just like the Philly Eagles. LA love the sound, I could play a show for 1 million people. Don't be surprised, you see the whole YM and CA just like the village people. These niggas
The whole YM and CA. I don't know what the Y and the M are, but NCA, he's saying in California. He's saying that California loves him and he can play a big show there. That's that's kind of a little bit related to the whole Kendrick running LA, running the West Coast thing there. But obviously he's saying you see the whole YMCA, whatever YM is. I don't know what that. Oh, is that Young Money? Is that what he's talking about? That's like a level up from OVO, right? Because OVO signed to Young Money. and then Young Money signed to UMG, something like that. Says maybe that's what he's saying. The whole Young Money crew in California, but the whole YM and CA, like the Village People YMCA. So that's an interesting little lyric there.
Just falling outs and disagreements. Industry is really evil. And I face the way they paint me, but it hurts just like the Philly Eagles. LA love the sound, I could play a show for 1 million people. Don't be surprised, these niggas measuring they dick size in millimeters. I rack up a tab in Chanel, cause I do buy everything like I'm Middle Eastern. But I realize it's gotta get a little deeper, other than me talking about
everything like I'm Middle Eastern. Okay.
Cause I do buy everything like I'm Middle Eastern. But I realize it's gotta get a little deeper, other than me talking about the way I'm flipping dough like Little Caesars. I'm trying to catch one of you boys stargazing in the field like little leaguers. Yeah, and ain't no passes for you crip walking, all of that diss talking, kiddo beat it. I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper, so don't make us hit another buzzer beater. And don't be suddenly eager to hit me up and have no discussions either. Now you gotta plan a meeting with me just like the Russian leader and shake my fucking hand in front of other people. Yeah, fuck the chatter. Since 2009 as I climb the ladder, they envy me like Nevada, but it never mattered. My niggas run the phone soon as you check in
They envy me like Nevada. He's got a lot of bars in this one.
Decision. I love you cause of the history, but if we being real, I can never forget you. And you never called me back, but destiny's written. For real. Fuck a big three anyway. There was too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with. Yeah. And now they got a new.
Okay. That's probably the closest he's come to saying that this is what he's talking about, outright saying it. It's been obvious enough throughout the album anyway. But, fuck the big three. There was too many chefs in the kitchen. So, obviously, he's basically saying, there should just be one. Sounds like he's trying to reconcile a little bit here. He's painting it as if he expects Kendrick to come reconcile with him. Like Kendrick has to be the one to reach out in order to do it. But it's clear that he wants that. He wants that reconciliation to happen. But at the same time, he's not really acting like he wants it because he's still wanting to throw little shots. Sort of like that point in a you get into an argument with your significant other and you're both mad at each other, and then like you think you're ready to make up, and the way that you think you're ready to make up is by coming to him and being like, okay, I'm ready for you to apologize to me. Like that's basically what he's doing here. Yeah, that's never the end of the argument when you do that.
100 million streams vanish, no one got questions for niggas. Well, maybe I'm best as the villain, cause I got real numbers on niggas who said they got billions. I got all the chains that they ever repped in Virginia. I got niggas prized possessions, I get possessive on niggas. I impressing everything, I'll get impressive on niggas.
Okay, so now he's talking about Pharrell as well. And he might be talking about the Clips also, possibly, which wouldn't surprise me. I know him and Pusha have history also. Obviously, I'm not saying anything that you all don't know, but and talking about having all of Pharrell's chains again. This is a thing that he's brought up before.
I'm greater than everybody, like some shredded cheese. I was in Hazleton at the one before I was in.
Oh, that was a grown line. I'm greater than everybody, like some shredded cheese. Come on. That's... As a certified cracker, that is the crackerest attempt at a bar I've ever heard.
sensing a theme. I'm greater than everybody, like some shredded cheese. I was in Hazleton at the one before I was in a loop like a set of keys. Now the penthouse in Bahamas is right next to Jordan like I'm Lebanese. And apparently niggas' souls is for sale like the 7 Seas. I gave you and apparently niggas' souls is for sale like the 7 Seas. I gave you everything you ever need. But let me find out that Amex the only ones that credit me for making y'all everything you could never be. My sixth sense is kicking in, cause all I hear is people that are dead to me. And that's why I'm turning on my rare receipts to let you know.
Interesting. He used a sixth sense talking to dead people bar. That's calling back to Euphoria. And Kendrick did a sixth sense talking to dead people bar. It's interesting.
To me. And that's why I'm turning on my rare receipts to let you know that everything that's said to me will forever be stored in my memory. I'm better off independent, they should let them leave. Cause I just wanna be free.
They said I'm better off dependent, they should let him leave. I just want to be free. Sounds like he's talking about wanting out of his record contract.
Just wanna be free.
I just want to be free. Sounds like he was talking about a few things there. Make them pay was talking about making the people who are against him pay. But also, it sounds like he's talking about making the record labels pay for him. And pay free. There's some, want to be free, make them pay. There's something there. But anyway, that one was... I liked that drum pattern. I'm going to be honest, it started to get a little old by the end of the song, but that was an interesting song. There was a lot going on there as far as, who he was talking about and what he was saying about them. But it's a little bit, I don't know, it didn't feel like it had a lot of energy to it. So, anyway, next track. Burning Bridges.
Burning, burning, burning bridges is okay. I'd rather take the long way.
Burning bridges is okay. I'd rather take the long way. Obviously, you burn a bridge, it makes it harder to get from here to there, but then you can take the long way around and still get there. In theory, right? Like the whole idea of burning bridges, the metaphor that, that burning bridges is referring to is that you burn a bridge and now you can't get from here to there anymore. But he's saying, there's still a way to get there, you just got to take the long way. But that's assuming that there's a bridge somewhere else that you haven't burned. Once you burn all the bridges, there's no way to get from here to there, unless you want to swim. So, anyway.
I swear I could cry when I see your face. I'm way too in love just to let you walk away. I know it's your dream to start a family in LA. They love me too much here, I cannot relocate. I just can't move away. I can't leave my brothers in the trenches, gotta lead the way. Yeah, I cannot relocate. Just even the thought to turn my back on them is not okay. I cannot relocate. We just gotta post up here, I promise things will be okay. Cause I love you, babe. Yeah, but they love me too much here, I cannot. Yeah. Damn. I put.
Okay. He's talking to a woman, regretting that, that basically that they don't have the same goals. Their goals can't line up. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Like the speech change.
I push you niggas through the ringer. Yeah. You getting bodied by a singing nigga. Yeah. I'm with nowhere like I'm Chris Kringle. Yeah, your baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yeah, where she at? Your baby mama ain't even post a single. Yeah, I'm off a quay, it made my body tingle.
Okay, so that's going back to I think he mentioned that on the Heart Part 6. Um, but basically that's going back to the beef again. Um, Whitney didn't post Kendrick's songs um, to any of her socials, I guess. I don't know, some people just don't post like that. But that, I never thought much of that, but he seems to think it's a big deal because this is not the first time that he's brought this up, or not the first time that he's brought up Whitney's social media activity, at least. So, anyway.
Yeah. Look in the mirror, see what talking get you. Yeah. You should be swimming with the fucking fishes. But I still got love for your missus and a sister. Why you walking around the facts like you're superstitious? Damn, damn.
This feels directed at Kendrick, but it's why are you walking around the facts like you're superstitious? Basically on the same you're lying stuff. He's brought it up a few times throughout the album, right? He brought up fake streams. This has been a claim that he's made about the battle, is that Kendrick faked his streams. Your baby mama's not got your back and doesn't support you, and that's evidence of him. As far as Drake's concerned, that's evidence that they don't have a good relationship. That Kendrick beat her, that sort of thing. Walking around the facts is like he's saying that Kendrick hasn't responded to any of the allegations, which has been a thing that he's been saying for a while. So anyway. Okay, now damn again. Okay.
I push you niggas through the ringer. Yeah, you getting bodied by a singing nigga. Yeah, I'm with nowhere like I'm Chris Kringle. Yeah, your baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at? Yeah, where she at?
Okay, that one was I don't know. I gotta say it's starting to get a little boring to me personally. Um, it's funny. There was the whole thing about Kendrick having 10 disses, ready to go, and a lot of people were like, "Geez, you burn this out. That's ridiculous." Drake said in the Heart Part 6, "You burn this shit out." By having too many disses, basically. And people were saying, oh my God, he's got a whole album full of disses for Drake. It's, thirsty or whatever. And now Drake's dropping a whole album full of just talking about Kendrick, which, I mean, it had to be addressed, right? You couldn't just leave it sitting out there, or you shouldn't just leave it sitting out there. But I gotta say, there's not a lot new here, and there's not a lot of there's shots being fired, but they don't feel scathing, and they don't feel energetic. I don't know. Somehow it feels like I'm going to say this stuff, but I don't really care. I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyway, next track, National Treasures. Wait just a second. Let me see how many tracks we got left. Oof. This is track 9. There are 18 tracks. We're only halfway through this thing. I've been recording for a long time. This is going to be a long video, guys. Apologies. National treasures.
Yeah. For the city though. Yeah. I gotta light the tower up for this. Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Out in the six, I'm a national treasure. The niggas that bat me gon' bat me forever. R.I.P. Kobe, but y'all niggas brokey. That's probably why y'all be shacking together. Capo and leader got habits together. Like couples vacation, they packing together. Like rushing to finish, they'll slap it together. The charges like COVID, they'll catch it together. They hate me so much, it's a sickening thing. They must have heard wrong on the call. I sent them a sack cause I wanted you shipped to the king. When you was a part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexico trip in the spring. We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Why did we think you could get us a ring? They bragging about how you went home, the fucker they ain't home. Crody, we threw him away. G-Pop sent us a real one from Dago, and next thing we knew we was doing parades. Fuck off.
Is this about LeBron? He's throwing in a whole lot of basketball references here. And he's talking about how, you know, they used to be tight. This feels like this might be about LeBron.
Together, Capo and leader got habits together. Like couples vacation, they packing together. Like rushing to finish, they'll slap it together. The charges like COVID, they'll catch it together.
Charges like Kobe, they'll
They
catch
hate
it
me
together.
so much, it's a sickening thing. They must have heard wrong on the call. I sent them a sack cause I wanted you shipped to the king. When you was a part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexico trip in the spring. We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Why did we think you could?
When you was part of the team, he's planning our trip in the spring. Kawhi did we, something about Kawhi and the Spurs. Kawhi did we something, the Spurs. You know, maybe this is about DeRozan. Maybe this is about DeRozan. You know, DeRozan showed up on in the Not Like Us video, and you know he used to be on the Raptors, so he was on the team. Maybe him and Drake used to hang out back then, and then you know they shipped him away. He mentioned something about the king, like which I'm assuming is reference to LeBron, but anyway.
To be planning our Mexico trip in the spring. We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Why did we think you could get us a ring? They bragging about how you went home, the fucker they ain't home. Crody, we threw him away. G-Pop sent us a real one from Dago, and next thing we knew we was doing parades.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So they're saying you went home, but no, we sent you away. So this is about DeMar DeRozan. The G-Pop, that's Greg Popovich, sent us a real one. I don't know what they got in that trade or anything. I'm not a huge NBA fan, so because I don't have a team. I'm in the Kentucky, Southern Ohio area. Like the closest team is the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they're a long way away from here. So it just doesn't feel like a local team to me. I don't feel like I have a home team to root for. So I root for college basketball. Anyway.
Pop sent us a real one from Dago, and next thing we knew we was doing parades. Fuck all you pussy man who could relate. Might just go take me a walk by the sea. They diss on a boy till they blue in the face. I put all the faces that's blue in the safe. Really can't find me the words, you niggas is birds. I wish that I knew what to say. Movie a block, I don't see your face. Your first time back since back in the day. First time lit since back in the day. We needed that chip since back in the day. My mind on the money, I'm racking my brain, and none of you pussies is acting the same. Yeah, none of you is acting the same. None of you.
Interesting. He said none of you pussies is acting the same. And then the next time he said it, he bleeped out the word pussies. I don't know. That's weird.
Just acting the same. Mind on my money, I'm racking my brain. Go to the hotel right after your game. Come to your show and get back on the plane. But don't stick around in the six. Don't stick around in the six. Yeah. Way out of dip out of six. Run out of six. Just like it did. Why? What? Bag with a pipe like they came from a Scottish home. Damn, way niggas talking by ice must be a cell on microphone. How you niggas go from asking for some tickets, now you niggas trying to stop the show. Ironic cause the Iceman was a nice man, now I'm hot and cold.
So far, this one's not doing much for me. it's all NBA drama. It's best I can tell. So that was a lot of there's a lot of talk about beef with NBA players. I think specifically DeMar DeRozan. Anyway, that's what that was. Next track, Bees on the Table.
Yeah, none of you pussies is acting the same. I know my money, I'm racking my brain. You pussies could never get back with the game. Go to the hotel right after your game, or come to your show and get back on the plane. This contract talk is frying my brain. The numbers they talking are actually insane.
It's bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table.
Who's this? Okay, so he's saying his contract talk. They're talking about billions. I thought that might have been what bees on the table meant, or the possibility of billions. Probably a billion, or just over. There's no chance it's multiple billions, but anyway.
Bees on the table.
I don't wanna talk about ends, I don't wanna talk about friends. I don't wanna talk about how this shit started, man. I wanna talk about how this shit ends.
Bees on the table, bees on the table,
Yeah.
bees on the table.
What did they put on the table? What does that say on that paper? Fuck that, they gotta double that, triple that. Fuck is the bitches at? Yeah, the chef 2 Michelin. Coming to the 6 and we dipping you boys like a christening. Kevin Hart licking, he shook, I'ma put you in sticky predicaments. Killy might come take a stick off a pussy like they was transitioning. I'm fighting a man, not suing a rapper, you boys not listening. Your boyfriend a fisherman, that's just a word in the industry.
I'm fighting the man, not suing a rapper. That's his response to the lawsuit, and that's been his stance on this, is that he's fighting against the record labels and their shady practices, which, fair enough, but you weren't interested in doing that until you lost a battle, until you looked silly in front of the whole world. That's the thing that makes people look at you sideways about it. So I know you're not directly suing Kendrick Lamar. We all get that distinction, but it looks kind of wild to suddenly care about those shady practices. Anyway.
Your boyfriend a fisherman, that's just a word in the industry. Don't mean to be in your business. I'm talking spicy, hot, sizzling. Don't stick around if you visiting. Yeah. What is the offer they said? What did they put on the table? Better treat me like Shane Cobbler. Bank tellers better stay clocking. Bank tellers better. Bees on the table.
Alright, so that was Bees on the Table. It was more of an industry song, more about what he's trying to accomplish in the industry, what he's trying to get done for his deal, that sort of thing. So he's still addressing stuff, he's talking about real stuff on this album for the most part. It's not just a bunch of feel-good music or thoughtless music. So I appreciate that, even if I don't necessarily vibe with every song or agree with everything that he's saying. I appreciate that there's substance in this. So, next track, What Did I Miss?
I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel. Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go.
Didn't he drop a song called What Did I Miss shortly after the battle? Yeah. dropped it in 2025. Okay, this has always been. I didn't listen to it. I never listened to it, so this is my first time hearing it. But I knew this sounded really familiar. The title, "What Did I Miss?" sounded familiar. Anyway, okay.
What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You niggas just better not ask for no favor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's love for my brothers and debt to a traitor. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yeah, guys. Some TLC shit, cause my nigga, you gon' need a chili ice pack for your left eye. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high. I saw bro end up pop out with Denver and did right
Chili
there
ice
tonight.
pack for
Walking
your
around,
left eye,
gon' need a chili ice
TLC.
pack for your left eye. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high. I saw bro end up pop out with Denver and did right gangsters headlines. It feels like nobody's.
I've been going back and forth on this. Every once in a while, I'll do a little search and see, like, who's on this track, that sort of thing. And then for the most part on this album, I'm just kind of trying to listen to it, catch it all as best I can without any help. This one, I just pulled the lyrics up. So yeah, I saw bro went to the pop out with them, but been dick riding gang since headlines. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around with my head high. So I guess he's talking about being back in LA and not being worried about his own safety. Saw bro went to the pop out with them, but dick riding gang since headlines. I'm assuming that part is about LeBron. It could be about any number of people, right? Who went to the pop out. That could be about any number of people, but. Okay. So that was What Did I Miss? It was okay. I don't really have much to say about that one. This album's starting to wear me down a little bit. It feels like a lot of whining about people not being on his side. So I've liked the fact that there's substance in it. It's been kind of vibey throughout, which I like. But it's getting to be a little bit much. I feel like that's just my opinion. Normally, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There might be a couple of tracks that I go back to. Dust. I think I'd go back to Dust. I liked that one pretty well. What else so far? Shebang. I like that one all right. But those are more, I like those more for the sort of vibe of them, the feel of them, more than anything else. But anyway, okay. On to track 12, Plot Twist.
Remember that shit? Twisting it. Yeah, twisting his fingers and looking at me. Twisting some shit.
Okay, so talking about being loyal to his people. Respect that. Of course, there are some things that should end loyalty to some degree, I guess I'd say, or that you should be calling your people out for at the very least.
His face, twisting that R in his face like Styles and P. Twisting the M and the O and the B. Twisting the O and the C and the T and the O and the B and the E and the R and the G and the A and the N and the G. Twist, yeah, twisting it.
I don't know what he's talking about here. He just spelled out Mob October or Mob October Gang. Obviously, October's very own, his label, so it's got something to do with his people. But
and the N and the G, twist, twisting it, twisting it. I'm twisting it up 'cause he twisting at me. I haven't seen bro in a while, but that nigga wild, I'm not in a rush to. People keep telling me smile, but bro is on trial, the shit to adjust to. I don't need security to ride around town, we can fly downtown, just us two. Unless you know the G-way handshake, when we go to shake hands, man, can't trust you. Pulling out the cash on camera, waterproof iPhone case, bro, splash on camera. She wanna pop ass on camera, sweetie could film, just don't put on camera. They just try to move so racist.
Is that Drake's necklace?
It's mine.
Oh, you're part of his best friends group?
This is our gang.
Oh, what is it called?
It was funny to me the way that she said, "Aw, like this is our gang, gang," and then she's like, "Aw, isn't that cute? Aw." Anyway, all right, so let's get into the next track. This is "Too Hard for the Radio." That seems like an interesting title for somebody who's basically built his entire career off a radio play, but okay. Maybe it's tongue-in-cheek.
Alright, look, listen up, it's about to be smoke. Ain't nothing but some shit I wrote about a rich ass nigga that's deep in the game. They call me Drizzy Drake and I'm keeping the name. I sport Nike shoes, I got a mic to use to talk bad about you pussies. I don't like you fools. Got an Oakland show tonight, baby. My young boys from the yacht going crazy. I'm on a bridge with a tank unleaded. I pull up.
Okay, I like the vibe of this. I wouldn't call this too hard for the radio, but I like the vibe of this. This is this feels like there was one little mention there. You know, I got an Oakland show tonight. You know, I think that Oakland show going to be your last stop. You know, so there's one little mention in there, but for the most part, this is just him popping his shit, and this feels more genuine somehow, or it's maybe not more genuine because there was a lot of real shit in what he was saying in some of the other tracks, but this is a nice palate cleanser. This is refreshing because I was starting to get dragged down, so I appreciate this. This is nice.
For the fun of it, new owl blue diamonds on the front of it. Shot my little cousin, missed having none of it. Trying to campaign, yeah, Drizzy bad run shit.
And I like the way he's flowing on it too.
Yeah, and I put it on Cedars and a Boulevard. When I lost Big Naughty, I took it hard. Need to call up a start for some chrome heart. You my new girl, you gotta look the part. Hey, it's Mr. Make a pipe down, there you go. Yeah, it's Mr. Pop Star, that's the way it go. Now I'm too hard for the fucking radio.
Yeah, I think this is tongue in cheek.
What? I'ma show you what to do, little nigga. Hey, I'ma show you what to do, little boy. Hey, I'ma show you what. Hey, first off, I make real-time smacks. Boy, you know the model gotta push it to the mag. Back when they was asking about where Davidson was at, now everybody got a blue 30 on their bag. Must've heard about us, gotta catch up to the slaps. Yeah, once it's me and YG rap. Flags, 900 million for the trash. Rack City, bitch, we remember that. Yeah, you should try and get back to that. This new shit, you could've kept it on the laugh. Flags, hit a nigga doing labs. Strippers on my lap, I'm about to make a bad bend. Hey, tell her come and get a boy a lap dance. Damn, y'all was really island hopping back then. Huh, now your names got redacted. Yeah, now a nigga got a fact check. Yeah, and I'm on the west like the Pac-10.
Okay. I just like the vibe of this one. It feels like he's having a little bit of fun. And I like that.
Living large, yeah. And I put it on Cedars and a Boulevard. When I lost Big Naughty, I took it hard. Need to call up a start for some chrome hearts. You my new girl, you gotta look the part. Hey, it's Mr. Make a pipe down, there you go. Yeah, it's Mr. Pop Star, that's the way it go. Now I'm too hard for the fucking radio. Too hard for the fucking radio. Yeah, too hard for the fucking radio.
Yeah, that's tongue-in-cheek because it's like, you know, it's talking about himself here, I think. You know, he's saying, you know, Drake, Mr. Popstar, you and I didn't mention this yet, but I mentioned he's got the Michael glove on the cover. I'm assuming that's him predicting that he's gonna get that last #1 to catch up with Michael Jackson based on this album. But anyway, yeah, he's a pop star. I thought I was a pop star, and now I'm too hard for the radio. Kind of funny. Kind of funny.
Too hard for the fucking radio.
Okay. That one was fun. That one might even be worth coming back to. So I think we've got 3 on this album so far that I'd come back to. Yeah. So next track, Make Them Remember.
For real. My social battery is drained. For real, for real. Just came from hearing a lot of niggas cop a lot of pleas like, oh brother, you know we brothers, it's never been nothing. I tell you, sending me that owl emoji, my DM ain't gonna mean nothing. Don't try coming around when the score's back to 10-0. For real. I don't wanna hear none of that shit.
Bold of you to assume that you could. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk your shit, but getting yourself back to 10-0, that's interesting. I don't know how it could ever be 10-0 when the other side's already scored on you. So it couldn't be 10-0. It would have to be 10, 10-3, 10-4, whatever, depending on how you score it. But I get the sentiment.
Don't try coming around when the score's back to 10-0. For real. I don't wanna hear none of that shit. Look up. Turbulent flights, dodging cumulus clouds. Squares drawing a line, but we at the root of it now. It feels like I got a lot for niggas joking about evil when they did it themselves. Damn. What y'all thought I was done? Y'all forgot what I done? Y'all forgot about Drake? Y'all forgot where I'm from? Y'all forgot if I gave you a hand, you under the thumb? Convenient amnesia from all you ballerinas. It doesn't alter what you said or how it made us see you. I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena, because you always made your career off of switching teams up. I never got a copy of the newest rules.
Okay, well that was about LeBron. Shouldn't be shocked to see you in that arena at the pop out, because you always made your career off of switching teams up, because he's switched teams a lot. That was about LeBron. Some of this was about, could be about any number of people, but that one felt pretty clearly about LeBron.
With my mama, numbers started going through the roof. Bentley with the B inside the wings like whoopie-whoops. Spinning downtown like hula hoops. Is it the fair skin or the Jewish roots? Why people wanna not see me on top of the mountain like I do the dude? Damn.
Okay. So I can understand him asking this question. Personally, I'd love to see Drake do well. I don't have any animosity toward him. A lot of his music is not my cup of tea, but I do think that he's done some sort of creepy things that make me feel a certain way about him. But I can understand how he would wonder, because he is half Jewish, and that is a thing. Anti-Semitism is a thing. Is there some of that playing a role for some people in why they hate Drake? Probably. For some people, probably. Yeah, I don't think that's the major point of issue that people have with him, but I'm certain that there are some people who dislike him specifically because he's Jewish. His mother's Jewish. I don't know to what degree he's Jewish. I don't know about whether or not he practices or anything, but anyway, and the fair skin, I can understand why he'd think that too. There are a lot of people who who engage in colorism. That's certainly a thing. I can't really speak on that because that's not my, it's not in my world. But I do know that that's a thing that happens. So these are fair questions to ask. I don't think that these are the major problems that people have with Drake. But it's fair to ask the questions.
Is it the fair skin or the Jewish roots? Why people wanna not see me on top of the mountain like I do the dudes? Damn. And fuck a Billboard #1, man, whoop-de-doo. They rigging the game because you fighting the biggest artist. They trying to have me stuck in this position like rigor mortis. Turn my back on you just to give you the big...
I mentioned another Kendrick song, Rigor Mortis. He's saying that that UMG set him up to fail, basically. He's been sticking with this story all along, that that, you know, is botted streams and that sort of thing. I can only speak for myself. I played the shit out of Not Like Us. So I'm not a bot. That's and I listened to it the moment that it dropped because it was, the whole thing was exciting. I was listening to Drake's songs as soon as they dropped too. But and I listened to Family Matters quite a bit as well. Nowhere near as much as I listen to Not Like Us. But yeah, this has been one of his points of contention for a while here. He claims that it's all fake, and that's the only reason that that Kendrick went #1. The only reason that he beat Drake at his own game is because the record labels wanted to see Drake fail for some reason. But anyway.
Rigging the game because you fighting the biggest artist. They trying to have me stuck in this position like rigor mortis. Turn my back on you just to give you the biggest target. They only know your name in the bigger markets, never in the little markets. B markets, C markets, all of those is D markets. You be at the flea market, that's cold in the 6. It means chances are you taking a plea bargain. You belong in a pack with some rats like Dean Martin. Me, Wayne, and Mac, the 3 amigos, I'm Steve Martin. I swear I'm going loony over tune like that Green Martian, so please stop. Memories of where we used to live, but truth be told, I can't even see the block. It's blocked by the treetops. Please stop asking about what's going on with 23 and me. I'm a real nigga and he's not. It's in my DNA. I could have fell back like the married rapper, but we engaged.
Okay. 23, that's LeBron's number, so I think he's bringing up LeBron again here. Please stop asking what's going on with 23 and me. I'm a real one and he's not. It's in my DNA. 23 and me in my DNA. Not bad. That's not bad.
Today, talking about hiding the Bible, maybe I should read a page. Iced out crosses on their necks, thinking Jesus saves. Well, even if he does, nigga, either way, the blasphemy you talk, let me know that your amazing grace gon' be delayed. You niggas should be ashamed. The fact you had to bring those talks to get some decent plays, goodness gracious. God wanna wipe that little smug look right off of your fucking face. All you really did was cap like uppercase, dodge.
Okay, so this is all about Kendrick through here. To hold something over my head forever, you're still a couple feet away. It's a short joke. Plot twist, the owl never sees the cage because the owl was in the cage in the Not Like Us video. Talking about hiding the Bible, that was a line in Not Like Us. Maybe y'all should read a page suggesting that that Kendrick's not practicing what he preaches. Iced out crosses on the next, thinking Jesus saves. The blasphemy you talk, let me know your amazing grace is going to be delayed. So that's more not practicing what you preach, basically calling them no true Scotsman. He's calling them fake Christian, or yeah. So, anyway. All you really did was cap like uppercase. He keeps saying that everything that Kendrick said about him was a lie. So, which is interesting because like some of it, I don't know. But yeah, he says everything Kendrick says about him was a lie. So, all you really did was cap like uppercase. Anyway.
Those talks to get some decent plays, goodness gracious. God wanna wipe that little smug look right off of your fucking face. All you really did was cap like uppercase. Dodge the truth, but still managed to finally get a hit that let you run a base. Niggas saw you out at first, you need them, so you out at home now, just like a double play. As for these other suckers that's tucked away, I'm down to put bills on their face. No wonder why they been ducking Drake. Bills on their face, no wonder why they been ducking Drake.
Okay. All right, you were proud of that one. That's not bad. Bills on their face, money on their head, bills on their face, ducking Drake. Okay.
Been ducking Drake. Bills on their face, no wonder why they been ducking Drake. Let's not even take it to that other place. You boys too pussy like double dates. Running out to 6 like you want to race. I watch this guy spasm with a puzzled face. Who knows which one of his bubble-shaped tings I must have ushered through the double gates. Showed her the time of her life while broski having stomach aches. Hearing about good times at lovers' little age. And Muggsy Bogues done for once, even I'm a bit amazed. Yeah, someone get a kid a raise. What is it, the braids? Even when I cut them, I can never fade. I mean, it's just...
Okay, alright. Muggsy Bogues dunked for once, even I'm a bit amazed. Another short joke, but also, because calling Kendrick Muggsy Bogues, who was really short, and then also saying, oh, look at you, you finally got a hit. I'm a bit amazed, and then what is it, the braids? Even when I cut them, I could never fade. Okay, all right, that was Make Them Remember. That one was not bad. That one was very lyrical. It was actually a bit jarring compared to a lot of the other songs on the album so far. A lot of the other songs were much less dense than that one was. But yeah, interesting flow and cadence throughout that as well. That one was not bad. That one I might revisit. Maybe not to listen to regularly, but to absorb it a little bit more. Anyway, okay. Next track, Little Birdie.
His and hers it. I don't like going to Vegas, I start missing Virgil. He'd be sick if he was witnessing this shit in person. All these pussy niggas tripping like they clipped a hurdle. All these pussy niggas acting like they missed a murder. All these Arab women treat me like the Prince of Persia. Put a hurting on me, put a lot of burden on me. I'm in a strip club, all these hoes converging on me. I'm back outside in here flirting with the 30 on me. Damn, hey, yeah.
This one sounds like it's about a girl, actually. Which is classic Drake, right? Song about a girl doing him wrong. Not much to dissect here or to like dig into. Just kind of is what it is. Pretty surface level. That was a Little Birdie. That's fine. Didn't really grab me, but yeah, it's okay. There's not much to talk about with that one, I don't think. We're gonna move on to the next one already. This one is called Don't Worry.
see a boy bag on the pavement. If he tripping with the gang, yeah. Come and had the best time on the best side. We still up, it's bedtime on the west.
So that part could have been about Kendrick, maybe. Just want to see a boy bag on the pavement. Talking about, you know, wanting to see his downfall. He wants to see somebody's downfall here. I don't know if this is about Kendrick. So much of these shots in the album have been about Kendrick that I just assume it is. But I just might get that boy hit for entertainment. That's a little yeah. That's a little bit old school there. Like basically threatening to have somebody killed. But I just want to see that boy struggle with the phone bill and the light bill. Like, I want to see you go broke. I want to see you suffer.
We still up, it's bedtime.
It's kind of a sleepy song to me.
East side, west side, east side. Yeah. Popping out on Chubb side, it's gonna be a party. Yeah. Candy pink paint job, she pull up like a Barbie.
All right, that one was Don't Worry. It was interesting. It was sleepy. It made me feel tired. It's not for me. That one's not for me. But we still got 2 tracks left. Let's see what else we've got going on. This next one is Firm Friends. Oh, this one is a Conductor beat. I like that. I like Conductor.
Yeah. And we back at it.
Conductor.
For real. Shout out Ref 1. Yeah. Alright. You think I didn't see that you stayed silent? That's like you endorsing it all. May as well stand behind them. I stood beside you, thought there was some good inside you. Situations like these, they force you to notice the difference. Look at me and Neeks, for instance. We know we live different lives and we've been on our separate missions. Look at how time flies. 20 years past, he's still the same guy. But I get it, you all want to be the main guy. It explains why most people die not knowing who would have stuck by their side. It doesn't even cross their mind, they just go along for the ride. They'll never know their friend's decision, friends never had to decide.
So this is more him feeling like people betrayed him, people didn't stand up for him. He seems like he's talking about somebody specific here, but I'm not sure who it would be. You think I didn't notice that you stayed silent? So somebody who didn't say, who could have spoken up for him but didn't. You all want to be the main guy. Anyway, that's like you endorsing it. All may as well stand behind him. So yeah, somebody who didn't stand up for him.
Lot of niggas trying to drain me of my energy. Right now, me and Conductor, we got more fucking chemistry than MIT. 2 hours just starve for some peace and serenity. Then it's back to Zerd for the OVO supremacy and hotel amenities. They try.
I like this beat. I mean, it's Conductor, so it's not surprising that the beat is good. He said, "I'm not the villain or the victim. I am the author." I gotta tell you, a lot of the words that you're saying indicate that you feel like you're a victim. You're blaming a lot of other people for, like even in this song, blaming people for not standing up for you. So
I'm tripping your top 3. My group chat was bumping those obby guys, but not me. Like begging to get out a ticket, now they want a cop, please. My son is taking corner kicks in front of Luis Enrique at PSG. And y'all are talking about inflating the numbers on DSPs and me having better perspective on life doing DMT. Nigga, KYSASAP, that's some shit.
Ooh. I just read the last part of the line that he was just saying. Right. So y'all talking about inflating numbers on DSPs. So talking about the payola stuff again. And me having better perspective on life doing DMT. So that's back to the line from Meet the Grams about suggesting ayahuasca again. Ayahuasca, I believe, is a mixture of DMT and something else as a drink. I could be wrong about that. Or maybe ayahuasca is the plant that DMT is derived from. Something like that. Somebody will probably correct me in the comments, but anyway. But then KYS ASAP, that's some shit you could do for me. Kill yourself as soon as possible. Man. See, now that's some bitterness right there. That's anyway.
Kennedy, rest in peace, but I really can't bloody up the triple button Giovanni suit because I'm OCD. I don't want no Drake, my apologies. I'm tripping your top 3. My group chat was bumping those Obby guys, but not me. Like begging to get out a ticket, now they want a cop, please. My son is taking corner kicks in front of Luis Enrique at PSG, and y'all are talking about inflating the numbers on DSPs and me having better perspective on life doing DMT. Nigga, KYSASAP, that's some shit that you could do for me. Like it was my first Chanel, I could've posted receipts that would've made niggas read them and weep. Reporting live from the scene where I wasn't supposed to.
I could have posted receipts that would have made them read them and weep. Why didn't you then, man? If you had receipts, why didn't you? I don't know about that.
It was my first Chanel, I could've posted receipts that would've made niggas read them and weep. Reporting live from the scene where I wasn't supposed to be revived by the EMTs, yeah. And if everything goes to plan, I will be making a name change from the boy to the man, but y'all just wouldn't understand, damn. From mass distribution.
There's another mention back to Euphoria. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? I'll be making that name change from boy to the man.
Beat the game so many times and shit has got abusive. Fuck you artists and producers. I don't want to hear excuses or your plans for future truces. I am so.
Sounds like some people in the industry have been reaching out to him trying to make some plans like, hey, we could really capitalize on this. Sounds like some people are trying to convince him that in the future the two, him and Kendrick, can link up. And he's not trying to hear that. But also for mass distribution to lead my own version of the revolution. That's him talking about the lawsuits again. He's still claiming that he's fighting for the little man, fighting against the industry bigwigs and all of that. That's his stance on all this. That's his claim. So
far gone that a thank me later is useless now. CT from trying me and still they want another hit. Made a living off of oh no he didn't, bitch, yes I did. Skeletons in your closet with trust, this ain't the bone to pick.
Yeah, that one was, I liked the beat on that quite a bit. It's Conductor, so of course it's going to be a good beat. He was talking shit again about people who didn't have his back. And this was more talk about the beef, more talk about the battle, and sort of the fallout from all of that. Toward the end there, he said, mistaken my sons for brothers, but it won't happen again. I like that line. That's a good line. And you better check your tone. I'm not one of your little friends. I like that line too. That's nice. Those were a couple of nice lines back to back there. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. We're ready to go on to now the last song. And I just now realized this them, make them is a recurring theme on this album. It was make them cry, make them pay, make them remember, and now make them know. So here's the last song. on the album, make them know.
Hey. I tried and tried and tried till the R switch place with the I. I never forget that July, the worst that I felt in a while. I'm glad that you think that I'm soft. I'm glad that you think that I'm shy. I need you to think all these things. I got bigger than what's in my mind. I'll take it an eye for an eye. I sent a boy up to the sky. I still haven't lost any sleep, and I definitely didn't cry. Hey, yo, Gucci, get back in the ride, cause that's definitely not the guy. Mistaken identity mixed with adrenaline, almost just kiss you goodbye. It's rap, so it sound like a lie when I talk to you and I confide. I'm going back to Cali. I got hearts in both of my eyes. I'm sleeping with death on my mind, cause of shots that I called in my time. And karma has been on my side, but I also just heard that she's blind. That bitch might just switch on a dime, cause she can't even see I'm a guy. Pressure been getting applied, and I know I've been bad with replies. The lawsuit I got is fried, to the R switch place with the I. The frame of this people retired, but we know it's the truth and a lie.
Okay, I like he did that R switch in place with the I. He did that 2 different times. That's good writing. It's tried earlier. He did it with tried, and tired, because the R switch place with the I. Tried turns to tired, and now lawsuit I got is fried till the R switch place with the I. Fried and fired. So yeah, I like that. That's good writing. Those were good.
R switch place with the I. The frame of this people retired, but we know it's the truth and a lie. And I act like we signing a deal when they pay me for wasting my time. And I act like I lost my appeal, but they'll pay me for changing their mind. How did they say they got classes if it's shit that you never revisited? And if that's shit you revisited, then why am I boss of the business? Niggas been talking on digital, knowing how shit can get physical. Niggas gonna see me at...
Okay. Talking on digital, knowing how shit could get physical. Talking about digital streaming versus physical copies sold. Okay. Backing up a little bit. Got wind of the fact I was hit and the whole world started to chime. Wind chimes. If I free up, my bro gotta live with it, because we know that man isn't innocent. I don't know for sure who he's talking about there. If they saying he did it, he did the shit. But he still might come home in a little bit. I wonder if that's about what was his name? Baka Not Nice. I wonder if that's about him. Basically admitting that he did it. I don't know. Anyway.
This might be the one year I won, cause I know how they like to position it. My bros want to mob on the stage, but I tell them...
Okay, talking about the Grammys there. This album, I'm not submitting it, because I know that they'll never consider it. This might be the year that I won, because you know how they like to position it. Okay, so that was Iceman by Drake. That was an interesting ride. There were definitely some good moments in it. I'm not gonna say that it's the best album I've ever heard. As far as ranking it for this year, The Fall Off is still better. But there were some good moments in there. He was definitely on substance for most of the album. There were some less substantive tracks in there as well, but for the most part, he was definitely talking. He's certainly not let anything go when it comes to the battle and the beef with Kendrick. It was basically one big... It wasn't really a diss album. He wasn't dissing. He was litigating, which is ironic, I think. But he was litigating the battle. Trying to say why he actually won, I think, essentially. But and complaining to the people who didn't have his back, who weren't loyal to him. So It's an interesting album. It had its good moments. There's a handful of tracks there that I'll probably go back to once or twice. A couple of tracks that I want to listen to again just to get a better feel for them. But uh, overall, I'd say, I mean, if you wanted me to rank it, I'd give it maybe a 6. Um, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better, but that's better than I think I expected to give it when I started to listen to it. So that's that's a positive in my mind. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you all for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more album reactions. I know there's not a lot on my channel right now. I've stripped back a bunch of stuff to rebuild the channel in a way that I'm a little more comfortable with. So there's a lot more coming. Thanks a lot. And until next time, y'all take care.